So it all starts off 10 years later after the events of the first Kaiju War. Obsidian Fury pulling up to the defense summit, scaring all the hoes away. Gipsy tried telling him to power it down before they have to get some dirt on that Jaeger, but Obsidian Fury is like,
you know, I packed that thing too, so you come around this way, you will get caught.
Shooting off missiles at the helicopter that manages to dodge out the way, but there's still another one going straight for Gipsy this time, but they're able to dodge out the way, destroying the building instead, causing rod wave weight amount of debris to come falling from the sky, but Gipsy catches it, and Obsidian Fury took this as his chance to get some licks in while they were already down. Gipsy hunched over, taking every hit, that Rihanna technique, so while the military is holding off Obsidian Fury with mad explosions, Gipsy throws the helipad hitting them to stop MAKO from getting done like Kobe did, and Gipsy is finally able to run the ISO against Fury, running in, getting their arm grabbed and right into the building, getting hit with a nasty uppercut, coming back down, throwing a left, but it gets blocked. At this point, these two supposed to be the new faces of the league, but steady losing to a nigga on a 10-day contract. Obsidian Fury lands a left, whipping out the spikes, cutting Gipsy open and grabs their legs, slamming them into a building. If this was Gipsy Danger, she would have already turned these niggas into free PC parts, but the ass whooping just continues. Obsidian Fury slams Gipsy down, picking them up, throwing them back into the building on the right and said,
I think we ain't done yet.
Grabbing and slamming them into another building, pushing and blasting them with their plasma cannon. Niggas done stole Gipsy whole flu, word for word, bar for bar. Getting back up, whipping out the sword, and Obsidian Fury whips out his sword, but shows off like, nah, I'm the upgrade. Whipping out a whole nother sword that when you look closely, ain't even a sword, it's a chainsaw.
We do not care.
Gipsy weaves the right block, ducking the left, and throws a left right that gets blocked. And every other spectator here that made the business decision to get the hell up out of there. I ain't seen this many niggas scared since Kaisenat said he was finna randomly spark up a stream. Hold this elbow, and while Gipsy is stumbling back, slices their chest. Got them hitting the damn. This is the last time I'm eating at the Curry household. Obsidian Fury ducks the left, eating a clothesline, coming down with the chainsaw, but Gipsy just barely dodges. The saxophones out here getting so loud, even Helen Keller that fast could hear. So Gipsy had to lock in, using the thruster to punch Obsidian Fury back, but he stops himself using the chainsaws in building, shooting off more missiles, but that don't work. Gipsy got the durability of an NFL player's wife, taking all of the explosions, but I want y'all to get a good look at this right here. Obsidian Fury shoots off more missiles that miss the helicopter and hit the building, so why does Gipsy turn around like they got hit? These two niggas ain't fooling anyone, they out here trying to manifest a Zenkai boost. Gipsy activates the gravity sling, grabbing a bunch of cars, beaming Obsidian Fury with it, and now that he's out the way, runs away to try and save MAKO before she crashes, but it was too late. Gipsy misses just in the nick of time as they both go crashing into the middle of the city. Obsidian Fury was knocked out for a bit, but when he woke up, the government had sent 3 more Jaegers to finish him off, but he ain't even let them get the chance to run the 1v3, just dipping out of there to go back to where he came from. So for context, before MAKO had went out like Aaliyah did, she sent leaks back to the higher ups of an abandoned Jaeger factory that's recently been used. Everybody is wondering why that would be of use, like a book in the hands of Kaisenat. So to figure that out, Gipsy had went to Siberia to get their run back with Obsidian Fury, pulling up in the Arctic, looking around seeing nothing, when out of nowhere, Gipsy gets hit with a missile, dropping them to their knees, shooting off more missiles to destroy the buildings to keep the program under cover, while he's just standing there, menacingly. Gipsy runs in, dodging his plasma cannon blast, sliding and tackling him to the ground, treating bro like a pancake, flipping him over, landing a right, but Obsidian Fury blocks the double fist. There's so much ice surrounding the area that it got my Mexican homeboy next to me twitching as they both slide down a mountain. Obsidian Fury eating a double right, getting slammed off the wall, pulls out the chainsaw, but Gipsy dodges. You can tell by the way Gipsy fight, these boys ain't getting out the mud for real, and living in Kakashi time, straight sunshine and rainbows. Blocking the right, ducking the left, pushing Obsidian Fury through the ice, landing on his back, but that ain't no problem for him at all. Getting back up, turning around, blasting Gipsy into the "Will you marry me?" And it's at that same time that the ice is breaking.
That's a great idea.
Gipsy punches through the ground and disappears into the water, and Obsidian Fury walks over to finish them off. Not sure why, one of the pilots are black. You're only delaying the inevitable, as Gipsy shoots a canister from below which has missiles in it, blowing the ice beneath Obsidian Fury up so they can continue running the ones underneath the water. Or well, that's what I thought. Gipsy just swims up. The white pilot was definitely doing the work for this part, tackling Obsidian Fury to the ground, but they weave the right, slamming Gipsy through the ice and flipping him over. This is embarrassing work. Didn't you say you was finna get back for your sister? That was you. And Gipsy must have been listening to my every word, pulling out their plasma cannon, booming Obsidian Fury back down to the ground, and they both whip out the swords again. But he should have stayed down. Gipsy and Obsidian both running, weaving, sliding, and cutting Obsidian in the torso again. I know Mako and Rayleigh somewhere in hell singing, they not like us, because Gipsy peeps that Obsidian is hurt, running back in, weaving the backhand, gut punch, stabs to the legs to get their sword cut off. They done now lost their offensive and defensive weapons, gonna be blocking punches like Tina Turner do, tanking both fists and grabbing the double fist, but Obsidian's like soup-sized hands is able to keep pushing down on the helmets where the two pilots are, so it's looking like GG's, but they pulled the Uno reverse card, grabbing Obsidian Fury by the head, pushing him back and headbutting him. That hit right there eased him enough so Gipsy could hit him with the uppercut, ducking the left, give me back my sword, and stabbing him in the neck to shut him down. But Gipsy said, nah, that's not enough, punching through Obsidian Fury's chest and ripping out their power core. I'm already knowing Gipsy inside geeked, finna go back and tell everybody how they rolled Obsidian Fury into a pack.
The next day, the motherfucker was dead.
Stomping on Obsidian Fury, telling them to evacuate the pod, but nothing happens, picking them up and ripping off the helmet to see that it isn't humans piloting a Jaeger, it's a kaiju brain. And we find out later that the precursors from the last movie didn't cause this, some stupid ass human did. And while searching the body of Obsidian Fury, they find out that it has Shao Industries tech inside, the same company that wants to replace the Jaegers. And the government, knowing this, decides, fuck it, we could still use the drones. And Jake looking up like,
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
the drones up there spazzing out, looking like two crackheads. I can already see discussing film dropping a cast list for these two. Demi Lovato and RDJ, no audition needed, you hired, bro. The drones start transforming into some half kaiju, half Jaeger beast. Shit looked like it belonged on a Bowser level. So Jackie Chan right here had told every Jaeger pilot to get suited up, but they ain't even let them get the chance, blowing up the drones above them, landing down, grabbing a plane and chucking it. They must have seen they was about to put up 70 on them and couldn't let that happen, shooting off a missile, hitting the android, but he just eats that junk like Rod Weave. As the other android throws the drone, blowing him up, dropping him to his knees. They said job's not finished though, jumping up like a monkey, ripping the Jaeger's entire head off, chucking it, wiping out a bunch of humans in the process. They out here squad wiping the entire army by themselves, and all one of the cadets can do is look around at what's going on.
Him, bodies.
And it's later revealed that Dr. Newton from the first movie, when he had drifted with the kaiju brain to save the world, well, it took over his brain, and now he's working for the ops. Brody got some of them kaiju yams and said, yeah, fuck these humans. We cut back and everybody is scrambling around trying to make it to their Jaegers. The androids just straight up said, nah, blowing the MCL and ACL off the Jaeger, but somehow it's still standing. Heroes finna throw the bag at them to get those. That wasn't until the Jaeger just fell, and Shorty pushes Nate out the way, saving him from looking like Flat Stanley. And as if a worse job couldn't be done at saving this place, while niggas having a romantic kissing scene in the middle of a war, the androids just straight up boom the command center and are laying cover fire on the Jaegers so no pilots can get inside. It's gotten so bad that the niggas that are actually supposed to be saving this place have turned into spectators too. They think we can't see them. We cut back and the androids are just getting closer and closer, straight up slapping a vehicle into one of the Jaegers, and peeps that the other Jaeger pilots are still alive, using the hand cannon to blast the android back, blowing off his head, falling down to the ground. And his homie seen that and instantly got back for his mans, turning around, jumping dumb high, crushing them into just straight up human chunks. But at that same time, Dr. Noonan presses a button to make his androids open back up the breach that brought in the kaiju in the first place. I just know he was talking to his kaiju wife like, we cut back and the other android roars, telling them they're done, but Dr. Gottlieb is finally able to shut down the androids, got him glitching, shout out Bobby and Whitney, then eventually blowing up from the inside, falling down on the Jaeger spear, and this caused an entire snowball effect, stopping the other androids from letting the kaiju through the portal. He must have thought shit was sweet out here, just getting sliced in half by the beams and the portal, but because the androids wiped out damn near the entire military, we get left with these ass pilots. Universe on the line, and we got Ravi from Jesse protecting us. Lil bro used to be scared of safety pins and like 100 other different things. We're cooked. Meanwhile, Jake giving them this "we're all in this together" ass speech. There are two category 4 and a category 5 kaiju roaming the streets of Tokyo, laying waste to everything. The directors must have wanted to give them the biggest wake up call that Shibuya still ain't safe. Strike Thorn popping up from underneath the ground, making a bunch of people take fall damage, and while everyone is running away, a good 10 people are able to make it to the evacuation nutrition pod, but the rest try running away, but he can smell that orange chicken and rice in your pocket just getting stepped on. Luckily for every other citizen here, they just wanted to make sure that all eyes were on them, just walking around like, yeah, who won't smoke? That was until the smoking question pulled up. Gipsy landing first, then Guardian Bravo and Saber Athena and Bracer Phoenix said, I ain't like these other niggas, sliding into a stare off with the 3 kaiju.
I'm about to make a name for myself here.
They all run in, and out of the pack, Saber Athena just takes off, whipping out the sword, slicing Hakuja out the air, falling back down. Rod Wave said, finally somewhere to sit down in this place. So they got up quick as hell, but Athena just sits them right back down with a spinning kick, sending it flying into a building. But this is really hilarious, because Gipsy runs by it looking like, damn.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
Running into Raijin, punching it, but it's able to absorb the punches like Rod Wave can. Loading up a punch, letting go a sonic boom, sending Gipsy flying back. And you probably thinking, yeah, Bracer Phoenix definitely finna catch them.
No, I don't think I will.
Gipsy just goes crashing back down, and Bracer runs in next, shooting off missiles, but all that did was secure they weren't going to see 10-10 amount of screen time again, getting smacked away through 3 buildings and tripping Guardian Bravo. Imagine being a citizen thinking you're protected by the Jaegers and then finding out all of these niggas got promoted mid-war. Gipsy gets back up and realizes that Raijin is bagless. He can only redirect punches. Bro out there moving like Avatar Aang, whipping out the gravity sling, literally grabbing entire buildings while he's running it and slamming it on him repeatedly over and over again, but he's still able to stand. Clearly when they was reading over the kaiju scouting report, they must have skipped over the part where it says he has impenetrable reptilian skin like Kevin Durant, slamming the building on Raijin 2 more times, but he ain't peeped the flank. Luckily Athena comes through, kicking Hakuja and a flying kick into the building. They're absolutely cooking right now, and Big Bro Strike Thorn couldn't let that continue, launching his plasma spines, but they're able to dodge out the way, grabbing Strike Thorn, but gets pressed against the museum building. So they started screaming for the other Jaegers to help before they ended up on display in this exhibit next, and they pulled up with that chopper, spraying that Strike Thorn, dumping hundreds of rounds into bro. Got him looking like he about to hit the Jaden Smith.
I wanna go home.
Guardian Bravo peeps that Athena was finna get turned into a new tourist attraction and pulled out the whip. He like, damn, it's Black History Month. Put down that whip and come watch this goddamn combo. Guardian Bravo runs in, jumping off a building, whipping Hakuja in the back, spinning, and then another to the chest, sending him flying through the building. Luckily for him, Harriet must have taught him how to operate the underground tunnels, just dipping out of there through the building. And as if that wasn't enough, they up there talking crazy.
You a bitch. You a bitch. You not like that. What up?
So while Bracer is holding off Strike Thorn, Hakuja busts through the ground to sneak them. Luckily for them though, his Desmond Bane type arms can't reach, as Victoria turns the guns around and starts spraying at Hakuja like crazy. You can really tell she loves the game, cause look at her face, that's the look of pure joy. Spraying somewhere at Hakuja got him backing off like,
this nigga is crazy.
and we're really witnessing the generation of miracles here, because Gipsy slams Raijin down and Athena runs in, jumping off the building, kicking Strike Thorn back. Dr. Noonan seen all of this and was like,
Nigga, did I just catch you having fun?
pressing a button to release all of his rippers as they start flooding the streets of Tokyo like 1,000 deep. But just as they're about to run into the Jaegers, they hit a slant route going straight for the kaijus instead. The Jaegers just standing around like,
Who are these niggas?
until these rippers started merging, Hakuja, Strike Thorn, and Raijin all turning into the Mega Kaiju, which is simply unheard of, especially when Lil Bro stands up and we see that he's gotten significantly taller and bigger. I know Julian Newman was hate watching this movie like crazy, mostly cause he peaked at comic accurate Wolverine height. The Mega Kaiju lets go a giant roar, letting them know that this his city now. They all run in, blasting at the kaiju, but he's just taking every single hit, using his kinetic energy to punch the ground, letting go a giant sonic boom, sending all of the Jaegers flying back, except for Guardian Bravo, landing back down. He must have felt so tough being the only one left standing, because they stupidly go into an ISO with the Mega Kaiju, running in, jumping off a building trying to whip it, but gets the whip grabbed and started swinging Bravo through building after building. Niggas finna get up walking like Franklin Saint or James Charles, eventually throwing them through 3 more buildings, and that right there, as you can expect, finished off Guardian Bravo. The pilots of Gipsy are asking if they're okay, because not only is Guardian Bravo the Jaeger done for, but it's GG's for my guy Ravi. Bro died hitting the revive me. Nigga must think Luke finna get his reboot card. But while everyone was distracted with Neon's death, somehow the Mega Kaiju was able to sneak away. But what makes this even funnier is that he didn't even sneak. Bro just walked straight past him. I know what a nigga that just wanna hang the jersey up and retire in peace look like. Y'all ain't fooling anyone. Gipsy runs in, jumping in, slicing the Kaiju's back, but uses that Derek White technique, headbutting Gipsy into a building, landing back down. ground. Their plan here is to kill all 3 of the Mega Kaiju's brains, which is like 4 more than Floyd Mayweather has, as Saber Athena starts walking up his back, successfully killing the first brain. But the Mega Kaiju was not impressed at all, just turning around smacking the shit out of them with his tail, turned them boys into Rohan Murphy, and they're eventually like,
Okay, my turn.
standing over Saber Athena, impaling her with his tail and throwing him at a building. Racer Phoenix was able to see that in 4K and still decided to run in, throwing out the ball and chain, rocking his shit, going for a grab, but the Mega Kaiju had already warned, bro.
Flashback.
Let me feed you, don't grab me. If you grab me, I'ma bite you.
End of flashback.
Bited the entire Jaeger, treating him like a chew toy, eventually lifting them up in the air, ripping off one leg and one arm, and just as they are about to get sent back to the loading screen, they both eject, getting the hell up out of there as the Mega Kaiju rips Bracer Phoenix in half, chucking it. So that's now Athena, Bracer, and Guardian Bravo who done got the Elvis Presley and Michael Jackson meet and greet, so Gipsy was like, fine.
I'll do it myself.
Busting through a building, jumping on and slicing the Mega Kaiju, pushing him to the ground. The Gipsy pilots been playing fucking Mary Poppins this entire time and aren't exactly in fighting shape, as they both get up simultaneously going for a fight that gets blocked, snapping the sword, grabbing Gipsy, body slamming them into the ground, dragging them through the concrete. Gipsy like, damn, I'm getting cooked. So they whip out the plasma cannon, booming the Mega Kaiju back and just got the spamming. But it was clear to me, those shits hurt as much as one of Drewski's Looney Tune ass punches. Turning around, impaling Gipsy through their quad, which had cut Nate. They got my guy in there hitting the Rock Lee and wasted no time. Backhanded bro, got him twirling in the air and eventually crash landed back down to the ground, just standing there like.
Is this your game?
And so for context, the Kaijus just want to make it to Mount Fuji and sacrifice themselves to trigger a cataclysmic volcanic eruption, basically destroying Earth. And I'm just like, damn.
Man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
But while strolling at Mount Fuji, Gipsy just comes out of nowhere, flying from the sky, letting go a miniature rod wave sonic boom, leveling any and everything. Got the Mega Kaiju slumped over, but give this man his Oscar because he stands up, letting go another roar. I know they seen this and was shook, thought they was finna send and scrap her little ass, and we good off that, as the Mega Kaiju just falls back down, and Gipsy Avenger had to let them know.
Stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more.